Hey everyone, how are you? And welcome to the next session. This is day 8, and we have our Tanya once again here.
Hi
Hey,
guys, hope you remember me.
they will definitely remember you. So, I believe you all remember like what we have done so far with the day 3. Do you all remember it? Just mention it in the comments. Okay, before that, Tanya, do you remember what we did
Yes.
last
So
week? Yeah, go
we've
on.
learned about the props and state components, and we've built some components, and we've changed our header. And yeah, so today we are going to interactively theme our header component again.
Okay.
And this time we'll be using what, Praveen?
We will be using a CSS framework of your choice. What is your best or favorite CSS framework?
Okay, I don't know it. That's why I want you to do it.
Okay,
So
you tell me a couple of frameworks or at least one framework. We will just blindly go with that.
I want you to use Bootstrap.
Done. Okay. So let's get Bootstrap first. But before that, I'm gonna share my screen. So let me know if the screen is visible. And okay, do you remember this page?
Yes, of course.
So this is what we did that day, and we have it here. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to do a new one, but using Bootstrap. Okay, so it is going to be a completely a new one, but before that, let's try to get Bootstrap from bootstrapcdn.com. Okay, so if you open Bootstrap CDN, you will be looking at something like this. Okay, this is a recommended CDN for Bootstrap, Font Awesome, and Bootswatch. And currently the CDN has only 4.5.2 version. Okay, so let's copy this one, and after this we need to add this in our react.new. So I'm going to go to react.new again, and we can have our awesome what do you call this, workplace. So this is similar to Visual Studio, so it is loading, and here you can see that we have got our hello code sandbox. So it is a code sandbox kind of a thing. I'll send you the links in the chat right now, and you can actually use that. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get rid of all these things because I need to use the same old one. Okay, so let's bring in our old stuff, but before that I'll just press save so that this template gets into our own version of it. Great. And in the external resources, I'm going to add the Bootstrap CSS. Okay. So I'm going to add this resource. Now you can clearly see that it has actually the magic has happened already. So now it has become this way. Now let's rearrange the code. So let's put components, styles. Let's put app inside the components and not index.js, styles inside the styles. So inside the index, I'm gonna do dot slash components slash app, and here we'll do dot slash styles dot css. Let's
Praveen,
refresh.
currently, which component is like the most famous one or most used? Like which?
Generally, they are going towards functional components. I guess we both talked about it, and it was you who brought it up. Remember? Yeah,
Yes.
it's functional components. What you said is
And,
right.
this the Bootstrap is it like the most popular right now?
More than popular, yes. 90% of all the websites are using Bootstrap code, the CSS, and I personally I like it because I have been using it for so long. So literally, I don't even need to remember any of the class names in order to like do something about it. So that's the reason I'm pretty much comfortable with using Bootstrap.
Hmm.
Okay, let's make this into a from a functional component to a class component. So I'm just going to copy paste from the previous one. Sorry, I'm being a very lazy person. Actually, I'll just fully copy paste from the old one. Okay. So let's paste it here. Boom. Oh, component is not defined. So import component from React. Okay, header is not defined. Oh yeah, we don't need this header. So let's create a new file called header.js. So here it's going to be obviously a functional component. Export const header. So this is a different way of exporting things. I hate this way, but let me update it that way. Okay, so export default header. Now this is gonna have a nav. It's technically not header. It's nav and bootstrap. So nav bar. Okay, for now let's have this way, and let's have class name here. And okay, I'm doing a lot of crazy things. So I'm trying to rebuild the same thing what I have got in Bootstrap. So my idea is, what shall I do? Let me try to create the content from Bootstrap. I have already got a nice, like a nice application here. So if you go to this repository, so it's with me, it's called Bootstrap React Helpers. So this is the repository I created where I have actually copied all these things in Bootstrap way. Okay. So we have got headers. I'll explain one by one here. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can ask me too. Yeah. Okay. This is the code. Okay. So let me first fix this one. So where is the header? Auto imported from here. Done. Boom. I believe this should work. Actually, it works to an extent. So let's go back to our style.css and delete this one and make this as font family Open Sans. I love the font. Sorry. And with respect to these buttons, right? So what we can do is actually we don't need to do these things. So let me get rid of these buttons. Technically, we need only one button. Okay, so this button we need because that is what we are actually theming here. And here we need a container. And we need a row. And we need a column.
Container is the tag which is used to wrap up the content.
Bootstrap class for keeping all the rows intact.
Okay.
Let's have /dev/dev/dev, and then let's get all these people inside these. So let's save it. Okay, cool. That works. So for this container, let's give a margin top of big margin top. And now we have got this one. Pre also will give some margin top. Okay, cool. Now this button, let's give some nice classes. Now I feel the best thing because I know Bootstrap. So Bootstrap makes me a lot lazy. Cool. This looks super cool, right? Yeah. Okay, nice. So on this point, the mode, let's instead of making this mode as dark, we will just use it as dark. And I'm just going to put true here. Then let's give the mode instead of doing all these things. Okay, remember we were using this one, right? We'll just use only this part and in a simple way because we are developing something better. This dot state dot mode. Cool. Sorry, not mode. It's going to be dark.
Dark.
Right. So what here? Okay, this is going to be dark again. So what is going to happen here is we are kind of switching it back and forth. So without even doing an if condition, we are just reversing the polarity, you can say. Okay. And here, where is our, instead of class name, I'm going to give dark, which is actually a thing that we have been using it here. Okay. So, right. Let me explain how the header JS is. Okay. This is the header JS. So what I'm doing here is, first thing is I'm getting the dark from the props. So if the dark is true, I'm adding a text called as dark to dark, or I'm putting it light to the dark. Okay. Now here what I'm doing is I'm having a nav bar, like the nav class, nav element. It has some class names. This nav bar is the bootstrap class name. Nav bar hyphen dark or nav bar hyphen light will decide the style of the bootstraps nav bar. And when you are giving nav bar dark, you also need to give bg dark. And in case if there are any other class names that you want to add, I'm just adding it here. That's all I'm doing. And with respect to the brand, I'm also adding this navbar brand, and the children is whatever is there inside it, I'm gonna put it here.
Okay,
Is this
so
perfectly clear? Yeah, go on.
in like the day 3 video, so we have this header component, right, in place of this dark children comma class name in the
Yes.
like second line.
Come on, children. I don't
The
remember.
second line.
Let's
The
open
second.
that. Okay, I'm not able to open the previous one. Just give me a second. Okay, so we have our old code here. Okay, tell me.
The header.js.
Header.js. So we had only children and class name here. The class name decided everything there.
And
So we had a dark class name, we could have got the dark header, right? Okay, now did you understand anything?
Yes.
Now coming back to the new code. This is how the new code looks like.
Yeah, I got it. We are just returning the nav bar. And
wait, do you need to look at the documentation once so that you are clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to getbootstrap.com, and that's how Bootstrap looks like. So if you go to the docs, and then if we go to the version 4.6.x, which is fine, we need navbar as the component, and here we go. That's how the navbar looks like, but we are using this navbar. So we have a nav class navbar. Is it either navbar light and bg light? Okay. And we have a navbar brand which has a navbar. So we are using technically this one. Okay. So if you want to use the color schemes, this is the navbar. So look at this one. The only thing that changes is the navbar dark, bg dark.
Background dark.
Shall we also add these things as well? So we will use the primary one as well.
Yes.
But primary, I don't think we will be able to use it right now. Like, okay. So we need to write a new, totally a different type of, a component. Let's do that. Yeah, it's okay. Let's do it.
Why do we need a different component for this primary?
So what are we doing here? We are just doing dark equal to, if it is dark, then you are doing a dark or light. There is no primary here.
Yeah. Okay. I got
that is the reason. So let's try it out. Okay. Let's give another value called primary. And then if primary is true, then what we will do is dark will be primary. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be if primary, then use something light or else use dark. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen here. Let's see. Toggle header mode, this works. So let's add also this primary thing. So this is the theming part. Now we are doing something really big. Okay, so we have this make primary, or like make it toggle primary. And if it is gonna be like, okay, let's add primary here as false. And what would you add it here, like on click? So I'm just gonna put e.prevent default again. Then this dot set state primary is not this dot set state dot primary. Okay.
Okay.
So this will actually toggle the primary thing to true or false. Okay.
Okay.
This part. So now this primary needs to be sent to this as a new prop
Stop.
state dot primary. Okay, cool. Toggle primary, it is not working. So we have added the primary part. So if the primary is available, if the primary is true, then we are giving dark as primary. Okay. That should actually work. So instead of doing this here, I'm gonna do something like this. If primary, then primary, else this is gonna work. Okay, cool. Let's see. Toggle primary. It's not actually toggling primary. Primary is false. This is primary is true. So dark becomes primary. Did I mistake from the documentation?
When we are clicking toggle primary, it should like make it false and true.
Oh, I guess yes, we mistook it. It is supposed to be navbar dark and BG primary. So BG primary needs to be added, as simple as that. So it should be navbar dark, but just BG should be primary. That's it. Oh, wow. I didn't know this. Okay, I mean, mistakes happen. So that's exactly how we will be solving things. So, so navbar will be dark, which means we should be using this here. So I'll use dark here, and this is going to be like this. And primary, if it is set, it is going to be primary. Else, it is going to be dark. And BG dark is going to be, if it is primary, it's going to be light. No, it's going to be primary.
Yeah, primary.
Okay, let's use it light. Oh, sorry. It should be BG primary. And why is it showing the color as dark? Right. So something. Okay, now it works. Dark true, dark false, primary. Whatever you do here, it doesn't matter. This is the primary thing. This is dark or light mode. Cool. So this way we can actually theme things. What do you think?
It's amazing.
So thanks for everyone and for coming in for the next. This is actually the continuation of, like, we can say, the third session. And yeah, any questions? Okay, we'll catch up for the questions, and we'll go ahead and answer the questions then.
We want like to interactively theme this header component in two ways.
Multiple ways are there. So these are just two of these ways available, and we have done that. So how was your experience so far? So you have done, this is your second live stream, right?
Yes.
Hey.
And I've learned something different today. Like I didn't know that we can like do this again, like using the bootstrap navbar. So like this is something new.
Cool. Just gonna look at the comments as well, so we can also start answering comments. But let me do one thing. Let me put the screen, and then let's start answering the comments. Until that, let this thing go on. Okay. So yeah, because Tanya, I know that you need to leave for something else. So I'll just let you go, right?
Yeah.
All right,
okay,
then.
I enjoyed. Bye.
I'll be staying here and I'll be answering all the comments. So stay here and ask me your questions. Until then, we are saying bye.
Bye bye.